everybody, welcome back to Mercyhurst Movie Minute. I'm your host, Zach Moletz, and I'm joined with my good friend, Gage and Alex. We got a lot of really good topics to start out with. We are starting out with the final Joker trailer that was released a couple days ago.
Arthur, I have some bad news for you. This is the last time we'll be meeting.
You don't listen, do you? You just ask the same questions every week. How's your job? Are you having any negative thoughts? All I have are negative thoughts. For my whole life, I didn't know if I even really existed. People are starting to notice.
You think this is funny? Is this a joke to you?
Murray, one small thing.
Yeah.
When you bring me out, can you introduce me as... Send in the clowns.
What were you guys' opinions on that? Who wants to go first?
Alex. Yeah, I guess I'll go. I'm pretty excited. I think the trailer showed more of like, I guess as time as Arthur, because that's they've announced is like his name before he's the Joker is Arthur Fleck.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been following this intensely.
Arthur what?
Fleck.
Fleck.
Yeah,
Just Arthur Fleck or
sorry,
Thur Fleck?
Fleck.
Fleck.
Sorry,
okay.
my accent is too thick for you.
Oh, yes, okay.
So, but yeah, I've been following this intensely since it was announced. Because at first, didn't think we needed it. Didn't want it. I'm like, I don't like this idea of the definitive like origin.
Well, it's not definitive. They announced that everything is completely uncanny.
I know. It's just like one of those things. I'm like, because like there's like stuff in the vein of the Killing Joke, where he even says like at one point he's like, yeah, this may or may not be my like what happened. You're never gonna know.
You're never gonna know, yeah.
Which it gets eventually dumber. There's apparently he's been there since the dawn of Gotham in the 1800s.
Interesting.
Whatever.
Interesting.
But it looks interesting. It definitely because I know it premiered at the Venice International Film Festival to an 8-minute long standing ovation.
Dang.
Yeah.
8 minutes? Okay, I didn't think the trailer was that good.
No, the movie.
Oh, the movie?
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like people are saying like this might actually win awards.
Dang. See, I'm interested because it was actually a thing in the comics where he went on a television show.
Yeah.
And like murdered everybody.
No. Okay. That's another thing I had was The Dark Knight Returns is what you're thinking of.
Yeah.
Which is set when Bruce Wayne's like 80-ish. He comes out of retirement as Batman for like one last thing, and halfway through the Joker goes on like a late night show under the guise of being cured, and then he's like, oh, I'm so crazy, and then he kills everyone. And that's what I think is going to happen in the movie.
And I was not gonna lie, I was so hyped to see that in the trailer, and I was shocked that they got Robert De Niro to play. Like I was just genuinely shocked that Robert De Niro would even want to do this. Right. You know what I mean?
Well, because I know one of the things that people were like saying when the teaser came out a few months ago is that it felt like there was a lot of connections from like that and like Taxi Driver.
Yeah.
Which also starred Robert De Niro.
Yeah.
Which I think is interesting to look at, kind of, because Taxi Driver I think is a completely different story about mental health than Joker was going to be. But I don't know. I haven't seen Joker yet.
Gage, what about you?
So where I come from on this is I am not a big DC fan. So this is all like how I feel when I'm talking to people about Marvel, someone who doesn't know anything about Marvel.
Do you know who the Joker is?
I think. We're talking about the...
He's that short guy with like the
guy with the
umbrella.
The black cowl and the wings?
Yeah, that guy.
That guy?
Cowl, like a bat logo.
The bat logo? It throws stars? Samurai stars?
Yeah, that guy.
Okay, well, anyways. So where I come from this, I don't know much about it, but what I really like to see from an aspect that's not in the DC universe is I really like how it focuses in on the mental health aspect and how he is cut off from anyone trying to help him. And then he gets like that scene when he goes on and sees late night TV and they talk about how like or something like "No one's laughing now."
No, yeah, they play a
And-
clip
Yeah.
of his stand-up.
Of
And
his stand-up and no one's
funny.
laughing.
Like
now
totally
no one's
just
funny.
trashed him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, you could see like he just broke there.
And finally, in a world where everyone thinks they could do my job, check out this guy.
When I was a little boy and told people I was going to be a comedian, everyone laughed at me. Well, no one's laughing now.
You can say that again, pal.
And then
Yeah.
he starts embracing his insanity,
Yeah.
and then you start seeing a play on insanity when everyone's riding with the masks on and stuff, and then he's
Yeah.
perfectly almost healthy in the group because he's orchestrating the whole thing.
Yeah.
So I really like to see from a non-DC perspective how that looks
Yeah.
and how this film. I think
It
I
has
will
a
definitely
lot
see
of-
it.
I think it has a lot of the same vibes as the Christopher Nolan like Dark Knight
Yeah.
Joker. I don't know. I feel like a lot of the same vibes there is like.
The laugh,
There's like
his laugh
there's
was
some
good,
kind of
though.
connection.
I really like
favorite scene from the trailer is when he's walking down the hallway, laughing his head off, and as soon as he rounds the corner, he's like. dead
Well,
serious.
have you read
Dead
like where he
serious.
got that laugh from?
No.
Apparently, Joaquin Phoenix like there's a condition, I forget what it's called, where like it's kind of like narcolepsy, but instead of sleeping, you like
laugh.
just laugh. Yeah.
Interesting.
I've heard of it. It's like you
Yeah.
constantly feel like everything's funny and
Yeah.
stuff, and you can't control that. Yeah.
All right. Well, I feel like that's a pretty good segue to go into our next topic, Alex.
It's a completely different topic.
Why don't you kick it off?
So
for us?
now we're getting into some of the announcements that came out of D23,
Yeah,
the big Disney
polar
Expo that happened. The first one I have written down here is the first three are the new TV shows they announced on Disney Plus, and that's She-Hulk, Moon Knight, and Miss Marvel.
All right. Now, I am a comic book noob. I know the general people, but literally out of that list, I could probably
know.
identify a little bit about
I know
She-Hulk.
all three
I
of
don't
them.
know much. These two were freaking out when Moon Knight was announced.
Yeah,
I've never heard of
Moon
Moon Knight
Knight-
before,
listen.
like ever.
Moon Knight's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. How so?
Okay.
Explain to the audience who
So-
Moon Knight is.
I'll let Alex take this because I think he knows a little bit more than I do. on-
Imagine Batman, okay?
Yeah.
But he's a Marvel character. Also, he possibly has schizophrenia or is actually talking with the actual Egyptian moon god Khonshu.
Yep.
We don't know.
Okay.
Oh, but he does have a dissociative identity disorder because he has.
Why does everybody have disorders in comic books?
Yes, the Joker and Moon Knight. Everybody.
Everybody. Same universe, too.
Yeah,
Don't
yes.
let him fool
Oh
you.
my
Don't
gosh,
let him fool
Gage.
you. Same universe.
Oh my
universe.
gosh.
Well, okay, actually, there was a point
Crossover?
in the 90s when the DC and Marvel universes did actually cross over.
I knew about
So
that.
then we
And
can
then
put to
that's-
bed the rest. Put the rest. The
Put the bed to rest.
Put the bed the rest.
Yeah.
That Thanos and the Infinity Gauntlet will work in the DC universe instead of Darkseid just not working because if they
Well-
crossed over, they're technically.
Technically, Darkseid would work anywhere because he has mathematical proof that
Mercyhurst
life has
would like
no
to
meaning.
bring you your
Broad you?
bring
Since
you
you-
our
since you called
nerd
me out.
segment
Since you
of,
called me out.
Mercyhurst Movie
Where'd your
Minute.
face go?
It's
Zach?
okay.
Yeah, so you-
I'm gonna cut that out of the recording. We're gonna keep going.
You know how Barry Allen's like the worst Flash, right?
They're really trying to like.
I bet Moon Knight has a
They're
full
trying to
beard
make me
under that
freak out
hood.
right now.
There is actually.
Why don't we move on to the next
there
topic,
is one
shall
point
we?
where Mark Spector does have a beard. But we didn't even
what's
touch
up?
upon the other two shows announced.
Huh? Okay.
So, I mean, are you guys excited for She-Hulk and Miss Marvel at all?
I mean, isn't Miss Marvel just like kind of
So-
a spoof?
No. The story there is Kamala Khan was an Inhuman,
Okay.
which
Okay.
that show flopped, as you might know,
Yeah.
because it was terrible.
Yeah.
And she basically just gets powers like kind of Reed Richards stuff,
Okay.
where you just stretch and like.
Yeah.
So she adopts the Miss Marvel mantle because this is after Carol Danvers became Captain Marvel. And yeah, and she fights crime in New Jersey.
Interesting. Okay.
And She-Hulk
The
was
more you
mainly
know.
She-Hulk was mainly like a super meta book.
Well, I
about
mean,
the
She-Hulk
comics
doesn't
industry.
really need much
Which was-
explanation.
it was
It's a
a-
female version of
No,
Hulk.
it's different. It's very different
How is it different?
because it's meta.
It's-
The
yeah.
comic was meta.
Yeah.
There was one literally started with the joke about the Comics Authority. I don't know if you know what that is, but
Don't.
the people who said, "Hey, yeah, you can publish this," or "Hey, no, you can't publish
Quality.
this."
Quality. All right. What? Keep it rolling. Keep it rolling.
Okay,
What's
the next
What's
announcement
next?
was they announced Black Panther 2 was happening.
Okay, very excited for that. Very
Which-
excited for that. Freshman year, me and Gage had a
What's my name?
handshake. Me and Gage
Steve.
had a
Steve.
handshake adopted a bit of the Black Panther.
Do we remember it?
Kinda. I don't know. I really shouldn't have put us on the spot like that.
Was
it was
it
like
like
this.
This?
No. It was that.
That?
And then we like popped off, and then we did
I thought we fist bumped
that.
and then.
I don't know. I can't remember.
forever. That's
We're
pretty
dorks. That's all you really need to know.
Yeah.
You know the show.
Black
We're
Panther.
dorks.
I think comes out in.
This is a movie?
Black Panther.
No, this.
Oh, it's a show.
No,
Nick, that would have been good
this is a full
if he was
movie.
on track.
This is a movie. All right. Keep her going.
I think it's coming out in either 2020 or 2021.
Yeah.
I forget which year exactly. And then all we know is it's just Black Panther 2. They've not announced anything.
All right.
I'm pretty sure Chadwick Boseman is coming back
Yeah.
as T'Challa. That's, you know.
Who do you think is going to be the villain then?
I think they're doing the whole thing with Namor.
Okay.
There's been a lot of rumors about that. If you watch in Endgame, there's a point where they mention like undersea earthquakes, and a lot of people thought like, hey, maybe that's Namor.
yeah.
Okay.
Because then Namor is like casually referred to as like the first mutant, or no, that's Apocalypse, but it's a whole thing. X-Men are dumb.
Okay.
And then that's how they bring in the X-Men, maybe.
Maybe, possibly.
I don't know. It's
There's-
way overdue to have the X-Men in, but
Oh,
they got. I think
properly done,
At
though.
this point, it's
Properly
got to
done.
be done
Yeah.
right.
The
It
The only
can't
way it
just
can be done right is through. It can't be done.
We
through
need to
movies.
cover up for Dark
Yes.
Phoenix.
For sure. Both of them.
I don't
not
like to
just,
think about
not
that
just the
movie.
first one. Both of them. They're
Dark
both
Phoenix
trash.
was one of the two movies that actually make me mad in the theaters.
I
didn't
like
see
her.
it.
I
I
like
knew it
her
was gonna be bad.
powers. I like her powers and
saw
her
it for
idea
free.
and stuff.
Yeah.
They just cannot get her on screen.
yeah.
They cannot do.
Well,
They can't
because
do it.
the Dark Phoenix stuff, that was over a period of years
Yeah.
in the comics.
And they're trying to like
which you
smush
can't
it
do
Smush
it
it
into
into a week. One.
Yeah. Well, no, like even the build-up was
Yeah.
like 3 years.
Yeah.
Which they can't do like 2 movies and then just say, but yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah,
I'm
for
gonna
sure.
see it.
I definitely want them to elaborate. Maybe not in the second one, but like I definitely want them to elaborate more on. Man, I'm drawing a blank on the villain from the first movie's name.
Killmonger?
Killmonger.
Killmonger?
Yes,
Well, he's
thank you.
dead, so.
Yeah.
Did he? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, he died, man.
The
Wow.
only Marvel movies where the villain didn't die were Spider-Man Far From Home.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. I didn't know that. No,
Yeah,
there's
it's-
no way.
Oh, wait, technically Captain America, the first Avenger. That's
I don't
even
know.
still a technicality.
Now we're gonna sit here for
Yeah.
15 minutes while we go through all of our knowledge of every movie to figure out.
I'm
Who
serious.
died and who didn't.
Whenever you, like, after this, you're gonna go through it and you're gonna realize, no, yeah, it was only Far From Home.
We'll see. We'll see.
Because, yeah, Homecoming.
No,
not Far From
no,
Home,
Toombs.
Homecoming.
Toombs didn't die from Homecoming. Yeah, Homecoming.
That's what I
Toombs
had,
didn't
Homecoming.
die.
Far From Home, I don't want to spoil it.
Let's get ready for Disney. Taking our boy
Homecoming.
away.
He
That's
didn't
why I said
die.
Homecoming.
He just said Homecoming.
You
Toombs.
just said Far From
Vulture.
Home.
I said that on
And I said
accident.
Toombs
I'm
was
sorry.
Vulture.
Okay.
Or Toombs, who was Vulture.
Okay. Cool. Why don't we move on to the next topic?
So this is the last piece of Marvel
Yes,
information from
okay.
D23, and that's casting for the Eternals. That movie.
That looks really good.
Everyone is excited.
I'm
for it.
very excited for that.
I'm excited
sure.
for people to finally realize what Steve Ditko did, or no, Jack Kirby did the Eternals. Because listen, I don't want to get on this rant about Stan Lee.
Okay.
He didn't do anything.
He doesn't like Stanley much.
He was a con artist.
Okay. But I really like the cast they have going for.
They recently announced
for them.
that Kit Harington, who you might know from a little-known show just ended recently called Game of Thrones. Yeah. I don't know if you guys have seen it.
Is it bad that I actually never watched it?
I've never seen an episode of Game of Thrones.
I'm
either.
on season
I saw
2.
the first one and I was like, I'm not interested.
That's what drew me in.
I'm just not in. I'm not
But,
into that. It's not my
I'm
cup
on
of
the
tea.
second season of it now. But he played a little character called Jon Snow.
Yeah.
And he's coming into Eternals as the Black Knight. Which is a
Interesting.
small-known Marvel character.
That sounds familiar. Why am I?
I don't actually know much about him. I won't lie.
I don't think any of us do. So.
Because I've read a few comics that he's in, but
Yeah.
he's not like the main focus.
It doesn't like.
He's
give
a dude with a
information
sword that's black. That's all I know.
Okay.
If anyone could like provide any
Elaborate.
information,
Yeah, that'd be.
I will gladly take it.
Yes,
I'll
yeah.
do the research whenever I get
Yeah,
home. That's
yeah.
what I do. Okay, so now we're getting into more D23 Star
Yeah,
Wars information.
yes, yeah.
Okay.
They're
yeah.
bringing him back.
Yeah.
Everyone's favorite Obi-Wan, Ewan McGregor, he's back.
Yeah. See, now I'm not like a big Star Wars person. Like I've seen all the films, But I wasn't like one of those kids growing up that was
Yeah.
like, oh, I want a lightsaber or anything like that. You know what I mean?
Specifically, all I was I wanted to be a Sith Lord
Yeah.
when I was a kid.
Oh my gosh.
So I don't know anything when it comes to like the Mandalorian, like the bounty hunters and stuff, all
yeah,
of
totally
that.
clueless.
But
I know
when it
very
comes
little.
to like the Sith and like the Jedi, I know a little bit. I got the what are they?
What about
Kyber crystals?
I know,
Kyber
lightsabers
crystals.
are built in the different colors.
What about
I know about that.
Kiadi Mundi, everyone's favorite Jedi?
See, this
That's
is
the
how
white-haired
you-
dude, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I was
what
gonna
about
say, this
the
is how you
right-haired
know
dude
when
on
you
Wookiees?
don't watch Star Wars.
No, I knew it because of the meme. He was like, what about the droid attack on the Wookiees?
I know what you're talking about. I like the meme when he's dancing on the bridge and they just start shooting him and he's like and he rewinds back and it's.
But yeah, I just want to show a scene in the new, because it's going to be an Obi-Wan
Can you
Kenobi
clip
show.
that? Can you put that in? Him dancing back and forth right when I say that.
I just
You
want
got
to show
to.
a scene
You gotta put it in
where
there.
Ewan McGregor says hello there as a reference to that one scene in Revenge of the Sith where he drops down and he's like, hello there. And then General Grievous goes, General Kenobi. Hello there. General Kenobi.
How good of you to drop by. I think that's what he says. How good of you to drop by.
Okay, this is the last piece of
And he punches him
piece of
he
Star Wars
punches him in the
information?
shin
Is,
and like breaks his hand. Or no, yeah, he breaks his shin or something. It's like he's made of metal. What are you
No,
gonna
he's a robot. No, he's not a robot. He's a
droid. He's an android.
He's
I
a
have
living
no clue
thing inside of
what's
like
going on.
armor.
He's a warrior. He's one of those.
Yeah, because he's sick, I think.
Yeah, and so they had to make him into what he despised because they
Yeah.
completely despised the droid
Yeah.
separatist organization.
I guess.
All right.
Okay, so the trailer for The Mandalorian also came out.
Bounty hunting is a complicated profession. Don't you agree?
Actually excited for that. Though I don't know much information about it, it looks really
I
dope.
think that takes place past Return of the Jedi,
Yeah.
so it's counted as part of like the sequel stuff,
Oh, okay.
which I'm kind of confused about, just because this is deep Star Wars
Okay,
like lore.
okay.
All the Mandalorians are dead by
Okay.
like episode 1, I think, before that starts.
Wow. Okay.
But I guess there's like some remnants of like their culture left, which is how like
and so this is like somebody like trying to pick up
That's
the
how like
pieces type
Jango
deal?
Fett and Boba Fett got
I
like
was
their
gonna say,
armor.
I want
that's
to see. I
Mandalorian
hope that
armor.
Jango, because this is
Yeah.
it follows Boba Fett, right?
No,
this
it is
is
just a new character.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, because I thought this
This
was
is
Boba Fett. and
the
I was saying,
Mandalorian.
I just want to see Jango Fett.
If it was about Boba Fett, it would be called Boba Fett.
I mean,
not
Boba Fett.
there's
The
gotta be,
Mandalorian.
they have to be in there.
There's
at
gotta be
some
a
point,
pl-
for
yeah.
sure.
Well, because if this takes place after Return of the Jedi, they're both dead.
See, don't know that information. So
That's
you
pretty-
know.
I was gonna say they are clones of the entire clone race. They're cloned after them.
Okay, yes. Sorry,
So we will
my
see
mistake.
them.
We could see the clones, but no, because they're super old by that point.
That point, would
I
it be,
watched-
would it be
No,
at the,
they would be
would it
super,
be at the point when they
super
started when the
Because I
Sith-
watched Star Wars Rebels, so I know this.
the Empire
There's
starts
an
recruiting
episode
actual
of Star Wars
soldiers?
Rebels where they find 2 of like the clones from the Clone
Really?
Wars TV show.
Yeah.
They're old. They're old, like 80.
So it would be when the Empire, if I'm thinking right on timeline, is when the Empire actually recruits actual soldiers rather than having
It's
the full-
post-Empire.
Post-Empire.
Because this is after Return of the Jedi.
Okay.
Before Force Awakens, I
All
think.
right.
I'm totally lost.
Okay, so you this
lost.
last piece of information, I added it because I am very excited for it.
Okay.
This show is a little off the beaten track, and it may be unexpected and surprising. So, taste it and enjoy. My name is Jeff Goldblum. The name of the show is The World According to Jeff Goldblum. Be forewarned, I'm in the show a lot.
Wow.
I'm sort of fascinated by a lot of things. Sneakers. These shoes are worth $12,000 to $15,000. Oh, boy. Denim. Ice cream. Hey, can I guess what kind of ice cream you want? Jewelry. Isn't that something? Tattoos. Whoa. Is it gonna keep vibrating like that?
Yeah.
I like that. And then, every once in a while, I break into song. Okay, anyway, what were we talking about? This is what the show is gonna be like. So if any of this tempts you or wearies you, you can make a decision right here. I follow my own actual curiosity. Do you believe in ghosts? Can you sing Anchors Away? Can you make a sound like a seagull? Notting Hill. You ever see that movie? Could you eat my skin? What other Irish songs do I know? If I were meat that we'd put in a Korean barbecue, what would I be?
A pork belly. No, not because you have a belly. No.
I'm not here to be didactic or professorial in any way. It's like a fun house. I know nothing. That's the premise. I'm a humble student. And, in fact, a kind of a late bloomer. A late gold bloomer.
So we know him, we love him. Jeff Goldblum of Jurassic Park fame. He's got his own show on Disney Plus with like the National Geographic.
What is that? What is he going to be
Really?
doing? Just narrating nature?
No.
Like, wow.
So like,
Look at this. It's a monkey.
He's covering the laws of the dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs. No. Okay. So imagine you're Jeff Goldblum. You have money. Okay. What do? You
I
find
wouldn't want to
things.
be Jeff Goldblum if I'm going to be completely honest. If I was Jeff Goldblum, wouldn't be good.
Chaos theory.
Oh my.
And the running and the screaming.
What you do is you find things that interest you. You make a show about you learning about it. That's what this
So
is.
it's him just learning
Yeah,
about
it's called
stuff.
The World According to Jeff Goldblum. He finds things he's just interested in. He learns about it.
Okay, that sounds kind of fun because he's got that
It sounds so
quirkiness.
stupid, but at the same
sounds-
time, I definitely want to watch it.
There's
for
a whole
sure.
like I was watching trailers. A whole thing about like ballroom dancing. There's
Oh, okay. So if he's
cooking.
going, if he's doing stuff like that,
Like,
then
he's
I
going-
might have to
I- no,
watch
yeah,
it.
like,
I
he
I'm
would
gonna
goes
check
into
it
it's
out,
not like
for sure.
learning about like oh
Nature
this
or
is
something.
a leaf.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be like him being like a Morgan Freeman type,
Well,
like narrating
exactly.
This
nature.
is,
yeah.
it's like him
But
going
no,
on like
if he's
learning
going
things he
tap
wants
dancing,
to do. Like there's a
gotta
part
see
where
it.
there's
Interesting.
ballroom
Yeah, no,
dancing.
I'd definitely
Yeah,
be
I
down to watch
definitely would
that.
like to see that.
I don't
I didn't know
know.
that was a thing.
Yeah, I looked up the list of the D23 announcements about like 20 minutes before we filmed. So what?
All right, was that our final topic,
Yeah.
Sir Alex? All right.
The Ohio paper specified.
Yes. All right. So that was our second episode of the year. Hope you guys tune in for the next one. I'm Zach Moletz.
I'm Gage Yaple,
Alex.
and good night, America.
Yes, and this has been Mercyhurst Movie Minute. See you guys.